Hello, friends. Welcome to a Friday Facebook Live. Happy Friday. I started off on my desk today because we're just going to get right into it. Plus, I've been spring cleaning and my face is a mess. So we're just going to get into our project today. Today, we are using the Art Gallery stamp set and the Floral Gallery dies. I'm just scrolling to try to find this video to share it into my VIP group. If you're not in my VIP group, go ahead and click the link in the description of this video to join us over there. We have a lot of fun over there. Oops, I hit the wrong thing. Of course I did. So today we're going to be making this card, which is super pretty. I don't know if you can see the detail on that. That is embossed. And this is a heat emboss. This is dry emboss. We're going to be doing both of the embossings today. It's a very shiny, very pretty card. So we're going to be doing that. And I'm going to try really fast to get over where I need to be. There it is. And then share it. And so it is April 1st. This is not an April Fool's joke, but it is April 1st. I have a new host code if you're going to be shopping in my online store. I also have put up some of the things going on around here. It was pre-order day for us demonstrators. So I got some things from the new catalog coming out. If you would like a new catalog, I also have a link in the description of this video. And hello, if you're watching on YouTube, I also share the Friday Lives over onto my YouTube channel. So hello, everybody. Let's get started on our card here after I do one more click, hopefully. Come on, there we go. So we're using, like I said, the Art Gallery stamp set, which is a 15 set stamp set. There's 15 stamps is what I mean. And this will be carrying over into the new catalog, which I'm excited about, as well the Floral Gallery dies. And these look like this. They have this really cool, and I can't really, it's hard to show you because there's nothing on the back, but it says just want to say, and then you can use just want to say thank you, just want to say happy birthday. And then these cut out the flowers, and then you got two little sentiment dies in there. So it is a really good die set. Hello, Mary Lou. And also we'll be using the, I have already done it, so I'm not going to be showing you how to use it, but the Tasteful Textile 3D embossing floor. This is retiring and is currently on sale for $7.20, which is a really good deal for an embossing folder. This does not fit in the mini. This only fits in the Big Boss, the big Stampin' Cut and Emboss. So if you would like to pick that up, that is on sale while supplies last. So the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to get the stamps I need out. Now this is a two-step stamp, which what that means is you take two stamps to create one image. So this is our solid stamp, what I call them. This is our highlight. So this stamp creates the pink here. This stamp made the gold, and I'm going to show you how to do that. We need those. We need this and best wishes. And I'm just going to grab a couple of blocks here. So I have a C block for our sentiments. I have 2 D blocks for our flowers. And then let's see, we will grab, will this fit on an H block? Not quite. Let's grab an E block for our flowers. So those are all mounted and ready to go. And now our ink. So I have, I'm going to move this. I have Versamark. And that is what our heat or embossing powder is going to stick to. I also have Polished Pink and Evening Evergreen. And then that's all for the ink. I have an Emboss Buddy. Stampin' Up! Does not sell these anymore, but after this video is over, I will link it in the description. If you're on YouTube, that link should already be in the description to where you can purchase those. It's not going to be the exact same Stampin' Up! One, but I've seen them on Amazon. So I have a scrap piece paper here, basic white, and we're going to start with the pink. So I'm going to open up Polished Pink, and then we're going to take our solid stamp, the one without any, the outline one has holes in it, basically, but the solid stamp is this one. We're just going to ink it up. I'm tapping very lightly, and then I'm going to put that on my paper, and just a little bit of pressure, just making sure I get it even on the paper. Perfect. I am done with the polished pink, so I'm going to put that away before I stick my hand in it. And then I'm going to let that dry a minute. Our inks are water-based, and they just take about a second or a minute or two to dry. It doesn't take long. So while I do that, I'm going to clean off that stamp. I'm almost out of Stampin' Mist. Don't worry, I have like 2 more bottles. I buy this stuff a lot. Oops, I cleaned the wrong stamp. That's funny. Clean the stamp that I just used. How about? And then I can just set that to the side because I know I don't need it anymore. So this should be dry. I just cleaned off the stamp we're going to use, and now it's not sticking to the black. Let's see, there it goes. So I'm just going to take my Emboss Buddy, and I'm very lightly just going to rub it over. Now what this does, it just destatics, I guess, the paper, so you don't have embossing powder sticking where you don't want it. You could also use a used dryer sheet, works well for that. And I also need a scrap piece of paper, just printer paper that I have sitting on my desk. I'm going to set that to the side for now. I'm going to open up my Versamark, and this is a little bit of a smaller ink pad, so I like to flip it and take the pad to the stamp. And I'm just, again, tapping lightly, making sure I'm getting Versamark all over my stamp. And it's just a clear watermark ink. It doesn't leave any color. So I'm just going to line this up. And this isn't perfect. It's not meant to line up perfectly. And we're done with that one. And I'm just going to take, so you can't really see it. It's a little bit darker, but you can't really see anything. You will definitely see it once I put, this is the gold Stampin' Emboss powder. The top does not look like this anymore. This is 1,000 years old. The top is like black and white now, I think. This stuff lasts forever. I'm just pouring that all over. I'm shaking off. I got it a little crooked, but it's okay. It works better when you're not filming it and there isn't a camera right in front of your head. I'm just going to move that out of the way for a second. And the scrap paper acts as a funnel, and I can get all that embossing powder back into the jar. Like I said, this stuff, I probably had this jar of embossing powder for at least 8 years, if not 10. I got a little bit on my desk here. That's okay. This, I'm telling you, it lasts forever. It's not even halfway gone. I've had it so long. All right, so now I'm going to set this down here, move my Versamark, and I'm just going to try very carefully to grab my heat tool and not, knock everything over. I need a different setup, I think. All right, so this is the Stampin' Up! Heat tool. The new ones, I think this one's 1,000 years old too. I think the new ones are black, but this is my heat tool. It is Stampin' Up! Though. There's 2 settings on it. There's 3. There's 0, 1, and 2. Right now it's off, so it's on 0. I'm gonna turn it all the way up to 2, and we're just gonna heat emboss this. I'm gonna try to hold it up so you can see the magic. All right, isn't that cool? I love heat embossing. It's one of my favorite things. I'm gonna put this on the floor because I'm not even trying to knock everything down right now. But I will say too, do not heat emboss like I just did because that was silly. So I was holding the paper like this and the heat tool is under it. I was burning my fingers. That thing gets really hot. So if you have like kids, grandkids, nieces and nephews that help you craft, supervision with the heat tool, it does get very hot. I like to do it how you saw at the end where I have my paper down and I go over it. I was just trying to show you guys what it looks like. Anywho, I digress. So we're now going to stamp. We're not done with stamping. I don't know why I said that, but we're now going to stamp on, hold on, I lost my train of thought and I lost my card. Okay, I just wanted to make sure I didn't just throw away the thing I need. I actually need a bigger piece of paper to stamp. I have one for the leaves. Let's see. I'm sure I do. This is probably way too big, but it'll work. So I'm going to take my leaves and ink those up quick, and then we'll do some die cutting, and then we can put our card together. This one is pretty quick, and it doesn't matter where it goes in there because we're die cutting that out. And then I have a little piece of basic white that we're going to stamp our sentiment on. And when I mean little, I mean that's like a 1/2 inch by 2.5, 2 1/4. What I do is I normally measure my stamps, and then I make the pieces of paper 1/4 inch wider and longer. So now we're done stamping. I'm just going to clean these off real quick. We're going to use the mini cut and emboss machine that is no longer on sale. That ended yesterday. We're going to use that, and the bundle that I'm excuse me, and the bundle that I'm using, the sale on that also ended yesterday. So if you missed out, sorry. But we have a new catalog coming out. It's great. I've been looking at it all day. I can't put it down. It's like my favorite book. Oh, so much stuff. Okay, now move that. I have the mini cut and emboss machine. Ooh. Okay. I'm just gonna fold down this. I'm just knocking things over. Things were falling. That was kind of interesting. And then I have the plates for the mini machine. So I need a plate number 1, and then a plate number 2 goes down. Then our flower. Let's do our flower first. Grab my dies here. So I'm going to be using this flower die and the one to cut out the leaves. I'm just going to line this guy up. I was not able to order the magnetic plates today, which I was kind of sad about because I'm very much looking forward to the magnetic plates. I was not able to order them. So hopefully May 3rd, when the catalog goes live, we will be able to order magnetic plates. I'm just running this through, and I'm trying not to knock everything over. The tablet in front of me looks like it wants to fall. We're not going to let it. Okay. I have one flower, and then push everything back through so you can see the leaves. That just fits in there. I line that up the best I can and not move it. And I moved it. Might be a little crooked, but you know what? Good enough. Nobody knows what it's supposed to look like. Okay. So our leaves are cut out. We are done with the little mini emboss. I just threw the die across the room. It is fun here on a Friday. That die went flying. I will have to look for it later. I have no idea where it went. So if I can, my fingers will work. I will be able to pick up all this stuff. Okay, great. I have a piece of Pear Pizzazz cardstock, which is cut at 4 1/4 by 11. I'm just folding that in half there, scored at 5 1/2. I'm just taking my bone folder to slide across there. Gives me a nice crisp edge. Then I have my piece of basic white that I've already dry embossed with that embossing folder I showed you earlier. This is 5 1/4 by 4. That's going to go there. I like to lay out my card before I put anything together. This is a piece of the Expressions in Ink Designer Series paper. This is actually retiring May 2nd. So the stamp set Expressions in Ink is not, but the Designer Series paper is. So I wanted to use that up. And there's some Pear Pizzazz in there to match this. I was going to use that. I want to use this side. I like it better. It's almost smoky. And this is just as long. So it's 5 1/4 long, but I believe 2 1/4. And then I have a piece of Evening Evergreen and another piece of basic white that we're going to put our die cuts on. And then a little piece of gold brushed brass Designer Series paper, which is carrying over into the new catalog. I'm going to grab my Stampin' seal and start putting stuff down. We'll start with our designer series paper. This is my favorite adhesive. You could also use combo glue, whatever you have, whatever you like. I just prefer the tape runner. And so what I like to do, this actually does work better with liquid glue because you have more time to wiggle it. I just like to line up the corners and then I press it down. So and then I also have a piece of the Evening Evergreen Chevron, what's it called? Yeah, chevron weave ribbon. And I'm just going to do my little Scotch tape trick. Take 2 pieces of Scotch tape. One here. Flip that over. I'm going kind of towards the bottom. Wrap that all the way around. Another piece of tape there. And sometimes you can take a glue dot. Sometimes I'll just take my seal. Just so that's nice and stuck down. And now I can put together this little piece. Just a little more seal. And this I put kind of up towards the top. I just covered that ribbon a little bit. I didn't on the original card. So we're going to pull that up because I didn't. And then I'm going to take some dimensionals. I can open the drawer without knocking everything over. And just take some dimensionals. You know, about 3 for that. One here on the leaf. I didn't use dimensionals on the other card, but we're going to pop this whole thing up. It's fine. So I like to put my leaves down first. I'm just going to tuck that stem under that ribbon. Some people like to put the flower down first, though. Then you can see, like, get the flower right where you want it. It's just all up to you. And then I can take a little more seal. And this one you kind of have to be careful because this is just as wide as the seal, so you don't want to get it all over your workspace. It's why I always use grid paper. And then a few more dimensionals on the back of this. And down here at the bottom. Now we can run seal over the whole thing. And then before we're finished, you want to add an inside. You could definitely write on, this is a lighter cardstock, so you can write on it. I always like to add an inside piece. My inside pieces are always 1/4 inch smaller than the card, so this is 5 1/4 by 4. Put that there. And then I have some, ooh, I just threw one. I have some gilded gems. I'm just going to stick a couple of those. Grab my paper piercer. I took my brush tip off the end because it was bothering me. So just grab a couple, however many you want. I like to do odd numbers. I just think it's more pleasing to the eye. But that is today's card. Oh, hi, Tammy. She's beautiful. So they're slightly different. I never make the same card twice, but I like the heat embossing with the dry embossing mix. I think they're nice little techniques. And if you would like to try it out and have any questions, feel free to reach out to me, Sarah Chatella McGuire on Facebook, or you can email me at sassypapercrafts@gmail.com. Mary Lou says, very pretty card. Thank you, Mary Lou. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will be live on Sunday in my VIP group, so go ahead and join me over there if you're not there already. And I hope you guys have a great weekend. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.